Yeah, but you only say 3 things, so I don't have enough points of reference to get a solid,
But you can see when it moves off of the first one.
Also, this is the Netherblock.
Welcome.
Today on the Discord block, but not the chat app.
What are we doing? How do we play this?
We are building a 64 by 64 by 64 block of netherrack in survival mode.
Oh, and clouds are on, or fog is on, or something? That was weird.
They randomly turned back on. I'm looking for a trident, so I'm looking for
That was a
undead
huge
zombies.
lava dude.
Or underwater
What are those
zombies.
lava block guys' names?
Lava magma cube.
Is it night outside?
No,
No.
it's midday.
Excellent. That's either one works for me actually. Now that I think about it,
I need to make a pickaxe.
Clouds are
I
off.
don't even know why I asked.
Why
It
is
should
there
just
still,
come
like,
up because
Fuzzy.
Where's the free stuff?
daytime I can lay blocks.
Over by the
if it's
stairs
nighttime I
to
can
the nether
sleep
block.
in a bed.
Oh, that horse just whinnied! That was awesome. He was on top of the stairs, and he was like, "Nay, I'm framed perfectly." Also, I'm very excited about
no
what will be the
pickaxe.
title of the, or you can go over to John's house. Dan's house. Or John's house.
Or
Which is
John John's
over-
house.
You can see the pink thing in the distance. I think it's an exclamation point now, which is weird, because it didn't used to be.
How did I get a minecart?
Probably broke
Had a
one of
boat
Joe's
last
minecarts.
time.
Yeah, like you just randomly spawn in with new modes of transportation.
Apparently.
Someday you'll have an elytra for some reason.
Yeah. Okay, so how do I get to John's stuff?
Okay, come out to the hole of the... Come out of the arena.
Okay. Did you guys know that there's a chest just hanging out
Nope.
on top of
In the mountains?
the nether thing?
Whose thing?
Like the nether portal? There's just like,
Yes. That used to contain amazing bows.
oh.
Yeah, there was a time when we all had bows and we all lost them, and that they were priceless artifacts to history. But Al doesn't count because he
Many
didn't
of
use
us
it.
lost them.
You lost yours recently, didn't you?
No,
I didn't lose
floated
it.
miraculously.
I got it back.
Oh yeah, I forgot it did float.
Are they floating? What?
We all float down here.
Georgie.
References. 2 things. So it's
Did you ever
underneath
see
this
that
Fire
movie,
meter,
Joe?
right? Stranger Things. season
exclamation point? There's entrances. I think there's an entrance right here where this fire is. Ah, it's spooky dark over there.
3. I feel bad about being
Ew.
salty about Stranger
Yeah, it
Things
is
season
spooky
3.
dark
I'm just
over there.
I'm just making the joke everybody else makes, but I did like both seasons so far.
What's going on?
I've made the references. I should write Stranger Things season 3, and then I was like, I was absolutely fine with both of those seasons, so I'm not actually throwing shade.
No shade to be thrown.
Just clarifying.
These doors are tricky sometimes.
Yes,
Not
they
a
are.
hater on that one.
Go up to the 4th for
Here, up.
supplies.
Yeah. There's,
Plus,
there's
they
some
made
stuff
Steve
in
the
here. I
best.
think there's better stuff.
you-
Depends on how you feel about taking wood good.
Good.
Here, 4th room supplies has stuff and things for your nether block and pigman die in good times. There's more stuff in here.
I need to tell you guys about the frustration that I've dealt with today.
The spiders?
No. Okay, so
The sleeping boyfriend?
no, that just makes me sad. I just want to be doing that too. I'm gonna put all this random stuff in this chest.
Wow, that does sound
No.
frustrating.
So my brother is getting married to a wonderful lady that they've been together for forever, right?
It'll be 8 years
Yeah.
on the day of the wedding.
And they are she unfortunately is allergic to dairy and soy, right?
And probably eggs and onions and beer, actually.
She says that she's okay with onions
chocolate.
now.
What is there besides dairy and soy? Whoa! Did everyone else just
Wow,
lag?
yeah, that happened to me
Yeah,
too.
just
Huh?
got rubber banded hard.
Yeah.
Snap back to like 5 seconds ago.
Anyways,
So many dolphins. I'm gonna murder this dolphin if I can't find something to
It's a
kill
live,
soon.
die, repeat up in
Yeah.
here.
she asked me to get her wedding cake, because it's a very small thing, and I actually used to do wedding cakes as like a job for a really long time. Not a really long time, but like enough. And but unfortunately, I just don't have time to make it. So I went to Whole Foods. I think I missed the. I went to Whole Foods to get a soy and dairy-free cake. Does not exist. Does not even remotely anything.
Yeah, you have to have one or the other,
Yeah,
right?
anything that.
You could use cricket flour.
Right. I doubt Whole Foods does that though.
Yeah, you
If
could do
anyone's
it.
gonna, though, that's the place to at least try.
Yeah, and I was sat
Yeah, especially
there for like
since Amazon
25
took 'em over.
minutes. and still like nothing. And I finally had to call Julie and be like, look, you have to pick out your cake because I don't know what you can and can't have. Because then she was like, well, it's soy oil I can't have, but I can have soy like lecithin or lecithin. And
Just be like, look, you're gonna be farting a lot on your wedding. There's really nothing we can do about that.
and then she was like, but I can't have milk
Only
fat,
afterwards,
but
though.
all other milk is okay.
It'll be his problem in the honeymoon suite.
Yes.
After they've eaten.
I don't know what to do. So finally I
Let's get rubber
called her
sheets.
and said, you got to pick out your cake. If you want me to buy it, I'll get it. But I have no idea. Because then I found one that didn't have any of those, but it was coconut almond, and they don't like almond. I was like,
Not that that makes them sick or anything. They just don't
yeah,
like
they
it.
just said, oh, and this is their wedding. I want them to have I wanted them to have a good thing.
That's tough. Well, 2 days
That's your
before
problem.
is the
Yeah,
Al's got a solution to this.
I found out I was the best man 11 days before. So it's like, oh, I'll show up and I'll wear a tie or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe I'll just wear a t-shirt.
Trying
Speech,
to
Tony.
figure out like decorations and all
But a
that
cake
stuff.
2 days before? That's
The speech
oh,
is
no.
not really the problem. Like, I can whip up a speech in like 12 minutes. I wrote my last one in a bathroom and it made people cry. So,
Whoa.
like,
That's
that's
kind of sad. I
yeah.
agree.
You bring that up surprisingly often. Like, not super often.
Did anyone else just get booted? What's happening?
It says
I
you
didn't.
joined and left
Yeah.
and joined.
Yeah,
is-
I got booted.
What is this thing? Push the button for your reward. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, you are. Eventually, we all are.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Who built
That's why we
this?
get married.
That was, again, I think another boat was in
You
there.
didn't build that.
Albert, what? Whatever it is that is you have it in spades today, and it's really weird. It's freaking me out.
I see no reward. This thing is a lie. It's lying to me.
True. Yeah, because the bow got taken and
I don't know what you're even
Wow.
saying to me.
You
Joe.
have a thing for everything anyone says. You have like a Sharknado line and a quip right behind it. You're extra like
Another ATM.
I don't know what.
Who comes in here and
I don't know
builds
quite
these
what.
things?
Antagonizing,
Maybe
but it's
just
not
really
quite
sensitive today.
antagonizing. Everything's been a pun.
Have you been eating soy, Joe? You know how that affects you.
Yeah, Joe went full soy boy today.
I was trying to think, what? Oh god, this is so bad. 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 This is so bad.
What is wrong?
Huh?
That was the weirdest I've ever heard you give out.
I agree. Jeez.
Was it? I think I'm assuming he didn't die because I didn't get a message. So it was like, I'm gonna wait. No, oh, okay. That's what I got from that. Oh,
Okay. What's going on? What can you make a cake? What can you make a cake out of if not?
Well, and it's interesting because
soy
she
and
said
no-
a box cake is okay.
I think I found one of the farthest
chemicals?
out rich builds ever.
Yeah, John,
you don't have
Like
to
I
have
found,
milk
I found,
to make.
I found a thing that's another satisfied Rich's Rugs customer, and it's just like a bungalow on a hill made entirely out of carpet.
I look forward to seeing that.
Like you can make stuff like well, I don't know. I assume with like sugar and flour are the main things, and then sort of milk is a.
The
you just have
cake is
something to
not
make
the
like-
problem. It's the frosting. Because
Oh,
No,
is
I
that
want to go
dairy
back to
based?
Al's sugar and flour cake because what are you gonna?
Really, what happens if you substitute water for the milk? What if you just put water in when it says
gluten
milk?
and dissolve. I mean, yeah, okay, I guess fair enough, but like,
Like it won't be as good. I'm not saying it's going to be like a perfect replica, but I think that you can definitely make bread without milk.
you make sugary bread. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but the conversation wasn't. I dare you to. I was trying to think of the best way I could make a cake without any of that stuff. I guess you use weirdo flours and things, right?
well, yeah,
But flour's not the problem. It's not a dairy.
it's dairy and
Unless she's
soy.
talking about gluten, and
No,
that's a
gluten's
whole separate
fine.
thing.
Oh, right, gluten's fine. So flour plus soy milk, right?
Yeah. No.
Are we sure gluten's
No,
fine?
she
I thought
can't
you
have
told me
soy.
she had celiacs once.
No.
Got it. So eggs and milk.
How is this person still alive? It's a good thing they're getting married now.
Yeah.
She's gonna get struck
And I
down.
love her, and I just want them to have like a good, like wedding cake.
There's your
I don't
problem.
know.
I
It's
found your
just
I know,
problem.
but
so
she's
hard.
like sicker more often than my wife is.
Is your wife sick all
I
the
would
time?
assume, based on. Yeah.
The thing that sucks for Julie is like she hasn't breathed in like the last 22 years.
Well, she,
Like she's just always so stopped up from
Yeah.
like allergies that she
I have
just
a question.
can't breathe.
she even had to get like polyps removed in her sinuses.
Is your brother
okay.
carrying a corpse?
Tim Burton made a movie about that.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, no judgment, but she shouldn't be breathing. That tends to be something that
Kind of an important thing, yeah.
Yeah, she just went full Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm in gravel. And gravel's the worst thing to try and dig up in.
I want to see
I didn't see
how
any drown
high
during the
up
day,
does
so I
this
think
go?
they have to spawn at night.
Ah. I don't know what's going on. I can't go back the other way because the forests are so dark. It's dangerous. I don't have a shovel because I keep dying. I just want to show Tony this. I can't find
I'm not
Tony
even
either.
anywhere close. I'm like out in the wilderness trying to find a trident.
Tony's like the man in black. To hell with
Do
your
I
theme
have to
park.
be the one that brings up the fact that I forgot to feed my kids today? I thought somebody was gonna like.
I mean, there was a lot going on.
Call
I'm sure I
me.
would have come back to it. What did you? What were you just?
What did you end up feeding them finally? Were they sad at you?
Soy and gluten-free cake.
I honestly don't think they actually wanted to eat because they both AJ had the Switch and Jack had the tablet, and they
were
would
happy.
like. I'm pretty sure they can derive calories from that somehow because the second that I say, "Hey, put that down," they're like, "I'm hungry, I'm thirsty." But like, as long as they have that screen in front of them, they are being nourished from some strange source.
Distracted.
No, they're just
And,
slowly becoming malnourished from no source.
Is anybody else's Minecraft like being really fucking weird?
Mine was being pretty weird.
It was.
I'm not getting any rubber banding now, but I'm also
I
the
got
one that
kicked
owns
out.
the server, so it's like you get all the bandwidth.
Wonder if it-
I've been fine with mine since the
Just
rubber
doing
banding
weird
issues.
stuff.
It's not continuing to be weird.
Where are you, drowned? All I see are squid and fish and porpoises.
Where were you?
I don't know.
I have a bucket of cod I wanted to show you.
He wants to show you his
Bucket
cod.
of cod,
My cod piece.
bucket of
No, wait,
cod.
this is where I died. I don't want to go this
Break
way.
me off a piece of that codfish bar.
I bet you there's an actual thing for that somewhere. Like some health thing where it's like, this is how you
it's
get
in
your protein
Dutch
and
or
oil.
something.
See
Yeah,
if
or it's like
somebody
lutefisk.
built something over here,
Go all loot fisk with it.
Break me
but
off
it's really
a piece
far
of that.
down. I could just make
Have you ever tried?
stairs going down, couldn't I?
What's the most recent jingle you can think of that you've heard?
They don't have them anymore. I mean,
Too many cooks.
They do. There is. I can tell you one that I've heard relatively
many
recently.
cooks. Have you I watched the second thing. Good God.
I've not watched the second one yet.
How long is it? Like a full 5-hour stream like people do sometimes, or is it?
No,
like,
it's 20
a
minutes again.
manageable-
Or
Okay.
it's whatever the length Cooks was. I think it's 20 minutes.
I want to
And it's
go
not
down
as
there.
like creepy, scary. But by the end, my brain was like, I don't know what's going on.
How do I get down to the lower
like
level
here in my house.
Of
Of
what?
what?
of the
Fall?
Netherblock?
There's a lower level.
Yeah,
down
like
Yeah, I
I
didn't know
see
that.
like a full build of stuff.
You've probably seen Dan's house or something.
I don't know what
like the
words.
forest.
No.
What do words mean?
Those are words. I just don't. Ooh, shovels. I'll put my bucket of cod in here.
How do if I wanted
Are
to
you
go
gonna bury
straight
it?
down? What's the best way to put down blocks to do that? I fell. Doesn't
You would
matter.
need like
Okay.
sand. You survived though,
I did.
somehow.
But now I probably won't be able to get back up.
Getting down is very difficult.
Did you?
Sand or gravel.
From where?
Was this a
Where are you
big
guys at?
cavern
I don't know.
when you guys found it, or did you guys dig all of it out?
We can't see what you're looking at.
I'm just
Commander.
another block in general.
I agree.
Was it a cavern?
Yeah,
It
the
was
nether
nothing.
block
It was...
or the nether?
The nether.
The nether.
Oh yes, in the Nether, it's procedurally generated caves, and then we just dug more out of
Okay.
it. It's not like a solid.
Yes.
We didn't
Found
dig
the
all of
stairs.
this.
Where
There
am
are
I?
a lot of builds in there because we have John Jones on the server. Keep in
Ooh.
mind. And Griffin.
Did I get rid of that minecart? I totally did, but there's one right here, right? How does this work?
Did you? Oh, who? Did you
what was that noise?
need it for something?
I'm so confused. Like, what is wrong with you today, Al?
I almost fell in a hole, and then I didn't.
Okay, that's an
I was like,
excuse for
"Whoa."
Al.
I feel like that's a pretty normal response to almost falling in a hole.
Oh. Ah!
How is there a gas nearby? Or shooting? How
I
can a
guess
gas
it's like a
shoot?
survival mechanism
mystery
where, like, when you
portal.
almost have something bad happen, your brain like reacts as if it had happened, just so you could like avoid that whatever those actions were the next time.
It thinks through death. Oh no!
Oh, Rubberband again.
Joe, where does your mystery
Nobody knows
portal
what I'm talking
go?
about.
I can't connect to realms.
Yeah, because it is kind of useless to just be like freaked out whenever you don't fall into a hole.
Well, no, I don't think it's useless at all. I think
Go
it's
through it.
your
Yeah,
sort
no,
of
no.
like physiological effect, or
Joe left the game.
like your brain trying to be like, okay, we didn't die,
Brian?
but we're gonna pretend like we did, so we'll be scared of the thing that we almost did die from next time.
Yes?
Does that make sense?
Well,
We're just scared of things
I got
that
in a
are
debate.
dangerous.
Hi, Joe.
This is off out of left field, but it kind of reminds me of what you're talking about. I got in a debate.
We don't ever do that on the
I
Netherblock. How
got in
dare
a
you?
debate
Stick to
last
the
night
script.
with a bunch of men on their
That does sound like the Netherblock.
I was saying that like women have been giving birth the wrong way for the last few hundred years, and it's starting to deform like our birthing canal and everything, because we weren't meant to give birth laying down.
I've heard about
Yeah.
that before, where you're supposed to be doing it standing, but they do it for the doctors
Not standing,
rather
but like
than the
more
women.
like squatting, kind of. Anyways, yeah,
On your
on
feet.
your like, yeah.
In a bathtub.
Well, that's a different
Not
thing
just
also.
not on our backs. We're not supposed to be on our backs. And
Oh, they're making out underwater.
anyways, somehow we got on the discussion of C-sections, and all the guys that I was debating with were like, well, if it's easier, why doesn't everybody just get C-sections? And I was
What?
like, you gotta be kidding me, right?
Do they understand that it's like surgery,
surgery.
right?
Well, and I
Yeah,
was like,
it's
they're
not
gonna
to mention
cut you
you're
open.
like gutting yourself, basically.
literally,
Or you're not gutting yourself,
women's
somebody's gutting you.
bodies are made to give birth. And the only reason that we're having complications...
And that's all they're for, really.
The only reason we're having complications is because we've been doing it wrong for the last few hundred
Sarcasm,
years.
by the way, I
I'm
hope.
ignoring him.
Disney, if I get hired by you in the future, please don't pull a clip and fire me. That was
But
a
I was
joke.
like,
I don't legitimately
No
believe
offense
that.
to you three, but I was like, that is such a man response. If it's easier...
That's a moron response. Like, that's...
Yeah, I don't want to be lumped in. It may be like you'd be more likely to say that if you're a man because you don't have the reference point. But I've actually been listening to a lot of stuff about sort of like why we're over C-sectioning in America, just because of that exact same philosophy. The doctor's like,
just it's easier.
you know, like even the smallest little like possible complication, like we'll cut you open, it'll be fine. It's really
Yeah.
like not.
Well, and I was
best.
telling him, I was like, okay, imagine however much in the future we're starting to have
6 years.
bacteria that is not, it's like evolving past the antibiotics that
So
we
resistant,
have. Yeah. And sooner or later in the future, what's going to happen is that people can like start dying from like cuts again because we don't have ways to combat.
You don't know that.
There's no.
Oh, they have to
might
develop
continue to
new antibiotics.
there
with the
are no
antibiotics.
So
new
it's like...
antibiotics. That's the thing.
There will be, but
there
like they've developed new antibiotics. It's just rare that they actually find very effective ones because they're having to find the particular types of mold that they can actually do that. It's not that it's going to go away, but there are going to be more resistant strains, and we have to find solutions for it. It's not like it just ends. But I get what you're saying
if
with
we
that.
get to the
But if you're doing surgery and
Yeah.
it's going to be way worse on that. Like, if you're having to recover from that, you've got a much higher chance of getting MRSA or something like that anyway.
yeah.
MRSA.
I know the logic you're coming from, Komet. I've heard this argument before about, and I try to like, we don't buy antibiotic soap in our house anymore because the over sort of use of antibiotics and stuff. But I also think like we can't predict what we're going to be able to do in the future with science and discovery and stuff. So maybe there will be some like new discoveries of how to deal
Right,
with
but it's
antibiotics.
happening right
Genes.
now, which is kind of the scary part about it.
What is?
I mean, it might be happening to a degree, but I still took some antibiotics for a sickness that I had recently, and it helped.
I ended up getting
So
a form of staph infection in my nose that took 3 rounds of antibiotics to get through. That was pretty scary. They were like, "Oh, you need to do this right now, or you might get some sort of like thrombosis like right under your brain, and that'll be fun." It's like, I don't even know what a thrombosis is. Give me all the antibiotics. They give me 3 different kinds.
I've never heard of a thrombosis that wasn't deep vein. Was this a deep vein thrombosis?
Yes, it must have been.
There's also, I've heard of pulmonary thrombosis. I've heard of a few different kinds.
Yeah, no, I was legitimately asking, like what kinds of thrombosis there are. Like when you say thrombosis, if there was like a word association thing, I would immediately respond with deep vein. 'Cause that's the only like I've never heard the phrase said outside of like deep vein
Worst
thrombosis.
rap ever. I say thrombosis. You say deep vein.
I can't even get most antibiotics because I'm allergic to penicillin and all of the psyllin family.
Yeah, they're a rough family.
So if you ever want to kill me, just ground up a bunch of amoxicillin.
You get the right mold.
Amoxicillin.
Hello, horsey.
Okay.
Or a knife.
Like,
Hold on,
you
make a
just
note.
put that on the internet. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
We're just
It's
gonna
true.
rub some mold on you for the insurance money.
Please put me out of my misery.
Sweet
Also,
insurance
poison
money.
will kill all of us. So
See, the reason why
Comet's tired.
Comet's super tired right now because her house is filled with spiders.
is.
Like a certain, it's straight up like every time she sends me a picture, it's like, oh, there's 3 hobo spiders in this picture. There's 3 hobo spiders in that one.
is it like a spot the spider thing?
Yes.
You get with your newspaper.
Yeah, which reminds me, like, magic eyes are bullshit. Nobody ever sees anything in those.
I have.
Thanks.
I
I'm
have.
glad that reminded you of that.
I've seen it. I've seen it before.
While we're on the subject of terrible segues,
What is
did you hear the inventor of the Segway got killed on one?
Not the inventor.
Ha! Funny.
one of the executives?
We've had this already. Something like
One of the
this. Yes.
CEOs. You're right. I'm sorry.
Didn't he try to? No, he tried to roll himself off the cliff.
No, like
didn't try
he-
to.
it just kind of went into a canal. It was
He
bad.
like tried to commit suicide on one.
Canal?
I didn't hear
a
that,
canal?
but that wouldn't surprise me. I think I found Caleb's old house, but I haven't been out this way in a long time.
Where in God's name are you?
I'm just in a boat looking for drowned. Like, I'm looking for victims. Give me your tridents.
He's in a boat.
Soul sand is the worst.
And I'm going fast, and
Furious.
freaking dolphins
Horse.
everywhere.
You're gonna.
Plague upon you, dolphins.
You and your
That's
family.
meant to be in.
Yes, the dolphin families.
That's what I'm allergic to. All of the dolphins in the dolphin family.
How did you find out about that?
Actually, our family, my family, has a dolphin roast every year.
Like you eat dolphin.
And when I was young, you just put them on a spit out on the beach,
Lord. Okay.
turn them around. But when I
that
was
kid
young,
from the first episode of
what?
See,
Sharp Objects. There, I got there.
Who? What?
what?
It was a good cut. Okay, moving on. Nobody analyze what I just said.
What?
I don't remember any dolphins and sharp objects, and maybe you're talking about a pig roast, but I don't remember anybody being on a spit. I mean, I could see that happening in that show. I'm just lost.
Yeah, me too.
Joe
I
lying
was
about eating dolphins and so on.
No, it was me and Komet, and I had just pointed my bow at her for no reason, and I thought about like, oh, this is just like the first episode of Sharp Objects where the kid walks
Oh,
by and
yeah,
points the gun at
yeah.
a younger
Oh, yeah.
version of Amy Adams
The only one not watching that show
for
is
no
Joe.
reason.
Yes, I am not watching that show.
Why?
I mean, you'd like it. You like serial killer stuff.
I have no idea. I don't know why I'm not watching it. Because whenever I sit down and turn on my TV, it's just Riff Tracks comes on somehow and smothers me.
Because it's so
Whoa.
like comforting. It's like chicken soup.
What is?
I still haven't
Yeah,
watched
the
a single
brain.
riff tracks.
I've never heard of
You've
this.
seen MC3K though, right?
Yes, and I enjoyed it as a child.
Yeah. Was that a side? Was that a cut at Alan?
No, I just saying I haven't got back to it.
It's a.
There's
it's
something
soothing.
about I've been thinking about this sort of like aversion to things that are I don't know, like I saw somebody criticizing the Meg movie for being self-aware and then in the same breath be
Did
like
you? Oh no.
like it's trying to be a comedy and also it doesn't have like blood and gore in it. And I was like I don't need a fun self-aware comedy to also have blood and gore. Like I don't know what the correlation there is.
Yeah, but
just
Jason
wanted the shark
Statham is
movie.
disappointed that it's not all bloody and gory like he was promised, so it's probably gonna be pretty bad.
Well, that is an issue if they told him one thing and he like got on board for that and then like didn't get that. I can understand why that would be annoying to him.
I think
Tower
they just
Road.
were like, we have no idea how to market this.
Anytime
and
anything's
Sharknado's coming out.
self-aware or like making fun of itself, people like, oh, this is dumb.
People are
Well, if it's done well, it's
naysayers.
not.
Oh, yeah, this is
Get the-
I think this is Rich's old build, like the Tower of Sauron or something.
You're not that
Stop.
far away then.
I'm far from everything. I don't know where I am. I think that's
It's
Rich's
like
build. I'm
me
not
every
sure.
time I'm in this game. Where am I?
I don't think this is the session you're gonna figure everything out.
I'm never gonna figure it out.
I mean, at least you're not in third person anymore.
I like third person.
He likes third person.
But I got
weird.
one of the patrons was like, it was really hard to watch you, and I was like,
One of the patrons? That was Griffin,
Yeah.
ma'am. You can't just be throwing her out like, this was somebody.
I
You said it was a patron.
That's our main man,
no,
Griffin.
didn't
You
like
can't,
it.
Albert. You can't.
So I changed it up. Oh my, this door is tricky.
Yeah.
What the?
Appreciate you, Griffin. You're the best.
You can't pick favorites among the patrons, Albert.
I don't pick favorites. I just know his name.
That's
There
not
are
a
actually
favorite.
some patrons I don't know their name.
This is true. Well, you mail stuff to them.
Yeah, doesn't mean I recall like who they are. I don't know your addresses. I don't know what you do.
Where is Manic? I thought she was
Me?
up
I meant John
That was
Jones
so
now.
majestic.
there. Come at.
Wait, so we're calling her Manic now? Did we actually make that
I
call?
switch back and
You can
forth.
call me
but as far
anything.
as
Pretty
official
sure-
branding.
Yeah, but what name is going to be up on her screen now?
Come at Albert. Albert,
Okay.
you covered the door.
Do
I didn't.
sometimes Manic, sometimes Kamat. Keep them
right
on their
here.
toes.
Yeah.
This is the door right here.
It's alright. I
The
found.
stairs must go on.
It's alright. I found the Lazarus pit.
Oh, I just threw something.
There. How do you get out of the? Oh.
No, you didn't.
I actually did find the Lazarus pit. There's a build for it. You don't remember that?
No.
At Rich's house, he made a Lazarus pit.
It's true.
Is there a carpet in it?
There should be.
I think that predated
What's
Rich's
the difference
rugs.
between? I guess it would have to be a rug, right? Rich doesn't do carpets. He does rugs.
I'm pretty sure
don't
he's
know why I have so
rhymed
many
things with
pants.
carpet before.
I have like 3 pairs of pants in my thing.
What is the difference between a rug and a carpet?
Rug is like an
carpet
area
goes,
rug.
like, wall to
yeah,
wall.
then a carpet like, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I disagree. You
Okay.
can have a rug that is
Welcome
not
to the
attached
Being
the
Wrong
wall.
show, Joe.
And it's called.
Yeah, rugs are.
Wait, so carpeting goes.
yeah, carpet
Oh,
you
carpets go
install.
wall to wall. I misheard that.
Rugs
Yes.
are like on top.
You
you
throw.
throw. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. Yes, I got it. I misheard. I had it backwards.
And there's some like 20-foot carpets that if you throw them, it's probably going to cause a problem.
What do you need to make a bed?
Because they're meant to be installed. There's no throw carpet.
Fine. You need wood and.
Are we on the same call here?
Wood.
Am I connected to like an alternate reality where I'm saying things and then like some like vaguely related version of you doesn't hear them?
That's been our life for the
I'm
past 4
in
years.
the upside down.
I'm just
It is
showering Joe
only
in
typically
meat.
though. Oh, you're here?
Yeah, I just showered you in meat.
I was looking up carpet and rug to see if it was. Oh, you're up there. Where are you? Oh, here. Here.
This is great content.
Bucket of cod.
Woo! Bucket of cod.
What do you do with it? Oh,
I have no
just
idea.
Look, you can make a fish tank. You can
Oh,
transport
wow.
the cod.
Hi, Mr. Cod.
Now
he's
I'm
flopping.
jealous.
Oh no! Oh god, he's flopping around! No, put him back! Oh god.
And we're just
I want a fish tank.
we can finish this with a giant fish tank. Let's go. Like, can we put dolphins in a bucket?
That just made
What
it
on
to
the
Stone Age.
block?
Like, where do we want the fish tank? Like, I feel like somewhere in the arena we could have a fish tank.
This is not doing it for me. This is making me.
Good job
nervous.
building a stone pickaxe.
This is making me
What?
nervous.
Commit.
This
Under Stone
poor
Age.
cod.
Stone
Yeah,
Age.
this cod. This is not a happy
What are you
cod.
talking about? I'm not listening.
Just
to
got
you.
an
It
achievement.
said Human Echoes got the or probably
have your
advancement.
bucket back.
Stone Age.
You figure it out.
I assume you built a stone
no, I
tool.
didn't build
Yes.
anything. I looted stuff.
Cod,
I'm
no,
Okay.
go over there.
I'm going to build a house.
But that was gonna be flopping.
God.
You're also like getting rid of all the torches.
Oh,
Okay.
Tactical.
Tactical
Whoa.
fishing.
what the hell is
Tactical
that?
fishing.
Catch a fish without a fishing rod. I just did that before to get the cod in the first place. Game. T.
Mac.
I'll do more of this.
I see that you have type T.
Is it like
I'm just gonna
ice?
fish from now on.
I feel like I
Oh,
can't
no.
make it too
I was gonna-
close.
I mean, we could make like the water block someday. Just fill it with like to the brim with fish, and it would take way
Can
less
I
time.
put this into a? Yeah, it would take way less time.
Would it? I'm trying to think. So you would need to build the outside with glass,
Yes.
Where are you guys?
which wouldn't like,
We're in the
and
arena.
then you need to fill it with water, just easy around the edges. Then like as you go further in, hi,
Look at him.
where?
You just took the signs off the thing, and you've put a horse into
Look,
the.
he swam up the
into the
thing.
portal?
He's next to you. He's behind you.
Treehouse.
I don't see anything.
There's
right
a cod.
here.
He's up top.
Oh, he's
he
down
just
here.
jumped.
I'm,
He's down here now.
I'm looking.
There
Yeah,
he just
it's
went
up to
up.
you.
He's a salmon.
Yeah, we need to make.
I mean, he's not.
Like, we need to make a giant fountain and just fill this
here
with
he is.
cod and salmon.
I do love that they'll just swim around in like whatever water. That's awesome.
Right, now I gotta
Whose
find him before
treehouse
he
is
dies.
this?
Okay, he's down there.
Oh no, he's right here. He's right here.
I got him. He's in my
Okay.
bucket.
You got me scared about him dying,
Launched a
Joe.
horse into the nether.
Yeah,
Oh, the horse. Let's get you back up here, of course.
I feel like
So what would be your strategy once you start going in from the walls and the water would like
It's
try to
tough.
push you down?
Although, actually, with the new mechanics, I have not played around with it, so I can't say exactly. How do we get off a horse? Got it. It used to be you'd have to, have a wall, but you still only had to do the top. The water would flow down and fill it up.
It does still work that way, right?
I have not tested it out. I'm assuming the water still flows down, but like I don't know if it'll flow down and across.
We did just see that happen.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure
Let's
out
test
how we
this
get
out.
dolphins up there. Like, could you make a chute and just push a dolphin?
Maybe if they fit in a bucket. Have you tried?
All right, let's go see. I need a bucket.
You don't know.
Is this a
Ain't no
cart
dolphin.
railway?
Yeah, there's a few railways around. Ride on it.
Yeah.
It's fun. All right, I'm gonna make a bucket and catch a dolphin.
I'm gonna test the water out.
Comet's
die.
been riding on the railway all the
This,
livelong day.
like, we've had episodes where we've died 100 times that are more productive than this episode.
Hey, I put down
Do
blocks.
we really, literally have an episode where we died 100 times, even collectively?
I'm pretty sure the highest one was like 14.
There's been some death marches though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
There's
like
one
flow
cart
out. You would
left. Do
still
I just
need
put
to-
it down?
Yeah, you put it down and then you go forward until you hit one of the little speed thingies.
You have to get in it first.
No, you can put it down and then get in it, but don't let it.
Oh,
Yes.
no. Okay. Oh.
Okay, there's a lot of monsters coming after me. And a witch.
I'm so excited about this upcoming week.
What do you got going on?
Well, I'm gonna go and tonight see the Meg with Brantley.
I was gonna ask that.
I didn't know it was actually out this
then-
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And then we're like the rest, like the next week after this, like so the upcoming week on Sunday, there, Sci-Fi's kicking off their Sharknado week.
Oh
so
yes.
it's an entire
That's like
week
a-
of bad shark movies.
It's Al's Super Bowl.
Basically.
It is very much. It's exactly like that. Like I'm gonna have snacks for Sharknado Day. I'll probably have other snacks.
Does
as
the
well.
whole household celebrate?
As much as the attention span of the kids can
Right.
handle, yes.
All right, why is this witch immortal?
She's one of those witches.
Yeah, she's got like 7 arrows inside of her.
So, what's with the obsessions of ducks?
What?
The like at the diving
Yeah.
duck.
Oh, the diving dock? Well, he
It's
built the
there's a
dock.
whole story of like the legions of ducks.
Oh no.
Didn't we do this the first time Komet was on?
Possibly. We talk a lot.
My arrows are bouncing off the witch.
I see her. Whoa.
What is happening?
John Jones built the
wanted
diving
to
Did you
live
dock
guys do
for
a
his
cobble
daughter.
block also? No, that's somebody's.
No, there was a cobble block and Joe blew it up.
If we ever do that, it's gonna be a smooth stone block. We're not gonna cheap out with no cobble.
On Dan's server now, like there actually is a memoriam to the cobble block.
Is it a 1/64th scale?
Yes, in a giant thing. I'm also like getting some weird lag.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, this creeper is like wanting to blow up, but not. Okay, he's gone now. But I'm not getting XP.
Is that why your witch was immortal because of the lag? Because I mean, it's been Rubberband City essentially the whole time.
I want to
we've been
live
on.
there. Let me just put
Rubberband
this in
City.
right now.
Where the grass
Wait,
is
If ever
City?
comes
rubber
to,
and the
to
girls
fruition
are
somehow,
rubber.
I absolutely want to live in Rubberband City.
Do you think that it's like made out of rubber bands or just
You know what?
rubber? Like,
I'll risk it either way, unless it's just there's experience floating around me and it's freaking me out. Just have to say that. So this won't work.
is it a city inhabited by rubber bands? Like, are they sentient?
Totally in, even if that's yes. So the
I'm
hamsters.
more in for the sentient rubber bands than for the buildings made out of rubber bands because I don't know. Like rubber bands are good at like contracting, but not good at like.
You wouldn't
holding
want to
things
spend
up.
a year there. Like I'm not saying I have to like put down roots, live there forever, but if it
Get a
comes
nice
to
rubber like a woman, like just
Yeah.
make sure your life is established.
okay, this is getting weird, really weird with the water.
Where are you guys at?
I'm right outside the arena, but it's just odd.
I'm bucketing a dolphin.
You bucket that dolphin.
I don't.
I wish you.
It's also raining.
I
oh,
wish it
that's
could
because of
flood.
yeah, if rain actually mattered
Yeah.
like that. Speaking
All right,
of,
you can't bucket a dolphin. Can you bucket a
There's
salmon?
got to be a mod for that, right? Where all, like it's just a deluge mod where everything is suddenly covered in water.
Probably. All right.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You
There's a
can
lot
do
of-
salmon and you can do cod, but you can't do a dolphin.
You can't
unless
do
you're
a
John
salmon
Lilly.
cod. I can't turn off the rain.
You can't.
Nope.
Can't rain all the time though.
It's true.
I'm always
don't see
astounded that
you
you got, like,
guys.
somebody built, one of you,
Whoa.
if not you three, one of the patrons or whatnot, built all of this.
Yes.
It's an old server.
Insane.
Yes.
Like this
Where
cart.
How do you think cities happen, Komet?
Not with 7 people.
No,
Just
I mean,
like time and
yeah,
materials.
Oh, that's weird. That's messed up.
Condescending Al is condescending.
yeah. Jeez.
Seriously.
Leave Al alone.
This is like the second time that you've been like, I can't believe you guys built
It's incredible.
It's
you
not an
have
actual
to
lack
admit-
of belief in the span of time.
You have to admit that,
She's
but it's
expressing
still impressive.
impressiveness.
It's extremely
Rain Man.
impressive.
And you still haven't even seen the milk carton.
Yes, you did.
I did
Probably.
see the
Where's
burger.
your
goldfish brain.
water experiment at?
I can't
Wanna
do
see
it
where the
because
weirdness-
it's going to kill the cod because
Did you take the,
The-
sky tram, Komet? Was that what
Yeah,
you were on?
the lag is making things really messed up.
Yeah, the spiders aren't even noticing me until I'm probably going to be dead in 12 minutes.
That's just like a bedroom.
My room?
I'm gonna go and
funny.
sleep in the bed again.
I really love this tree house. But now I don't remember how I got in. How did I get it?
I'm just stuck
maybe
in a
the
tree.
dragons
Hey.
anyway.
Where is it?
Anybody else sleep in the bed? Nobody else seems to be seeing the creepy flying dudes.
No, I haven't seen
I-
them.
Oh,
Nope.
the
I haven't
rays?
seen them at all yet. I'm super disappointed.
Oh, if
I
you
don't think
Give it
die.
3 days without sleeping in a bed and you'll be
Or
there.
without dying, I think, too. Because that probably counts as a sleep.
Oh, well, never mind. You'll never be there. Oh, that was Hannah. I'm sorry. No, you know what? You can have your own thing, Komet. Hannah was the one who died all the time.
Thank you for
done it a
giving
couple
me
times.
permission to have my own thing. Ah!
You're welcome. That's my thing, is letting other people do their thing.
And making sure that it's well known that you are the reason why they get to do their own thing.
Exactly.
Alright, there's a drown. Do you have a
up.
trident? I'm pretty sure they'd be carrying a trident. This will be number 3 of the stream, or of the recording. Drop your damn
is
trident.
drunk.
Nope, just meat.
Well, I think it is about time for us to wrap this up, guys.
God,
Thank you
yeah, I
so
didn't
much
see
for
that.
watching. If you like this, don't forget to like and subscribe on the YouTube. If you want to be an awesome patron, like for instance, I don't know, Griffin, just to pull a name out of
No
the hat
favoritism.
completely at random.
See what you did there.
You should go over to patreon.com and patreon.com/humanechoes, where we are at, and you can help us make awesome stuff.
And Al can
And
contradict
we will be
you
eternally grateful
every step
to
of the
you.
way.
Also, you can,
I'm on board with that. That is my bread and butter.
if you really want to help us, you can go and ship a fish in a bucket to our P.O. box,
Oh my god, don't do that.
and I'll post that here. Joe, check
Please
it out. I
don't
got
do
a
that.
salmon.
Please don't kill a fish.
No, if it's a choice between the Patreon thing and the fish in a bucket, please go
No,
with
do the
Patreon.
fish in the bucket. just to
If you're like, if it's a
contradict
50-50,
Yeah. Just because Al's trying to make you do the things that he's trying to tell
the
you that he gave you
opposite.
freedom for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, if you like what you've been watching, you can become a member over at Patreon right now. The link is right in your face, and you will get all kinds of cool stuff.
All right, Joe. Here's what I'm doing. Come over here real quick. Come
I
back
lost
here.
track of you.
I'm
are
up
we
on
cool
here.
to stop
Yeah.
recording
Yes.
now?
Oh,
Okay,
Tony, can you toggle the rate? Actually, it's kind of.
all right.
I'm gonna disconnect.
So this tree is going to be special. The tree that I'm standing on here, I'm dumping the bucket and the salmon in this
I have
one,
no
so the
idea where
salmon
I
will
am.
live in the tree. It will be the only tree salmon in the world.
The giving
You
tree,
can't. You can't.
the fishing tree.
No.
Okay,
that.
I'm logging. Bye,
Here's my question.
everyone.
Yep. Goodbye. What happens if I put? Yes. Now that's the only cod tree in the world.